Hello, it's Emily, and I am here on the first day of May to bring you part two of my April wrap up. I read 5 books in the latter part of April, and I'm excited to show them all up. Apparently, I was on a mystery kick because all of them are mysteries. Well, except for the last one. I take it back. 4 of the 5 are mysteries. The first mystery I read in the latter half of April was The Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith, who of course is J.K. Rowling. I got this book at a little free library back in December. What? I don't know, but it's been a while. And this is the first book in the Cormoran Strike series. Now, Cormoran Strike is a veteran who's returned from Afghanistan missing half of his leg and one of his legs, his left leg, I think. And he's a private detective, and he's basically heavily in debt. He owes a lot of money, and he hasn't had a client in a while, and so he's like desperate. And before he was in debt, he had hired a temp, and for some reason his temp contract kept going even when he tried to let it go, and so he got Robin Briscoe as his new temp. And so Robin and Corman are trying to solve the alleged suicide of Lulu, who is a Lula, who is a model who apparently committed suicide, but her half brother, John, um, asked them to help solve the murder. So it's all about how they go into the world of like fame and fortune in order to um, solve this crime. And they end up solving it, of course, because what kind of murder mystery would it be without a ending? Um, I enjoyed this book, and I definitely will read the sequels. There's a bit of a problem with Cormoran, like, telling you at the end what's happened instead of, like, you being shown. So there was, like, inferences he made, and you were like, how did you know that? There's nothing in the book that tells you that at all. And so it's like, it's almost impossible to, like, solve the murder because you're not given enough clues to solve it. And so, of course, Corman is considered a genius, and that's why he can solve it. But yeah, it was still an interesting read, and I definitely plan to pick up the sequels. The next 2 books I read were both ebooks. I read His Last Bow, which is the 8th book, I believe. The 8th book of the Sherlock Holmes series, and here's the cover. And of course, once again, this is just your same old Sherlock Holmes stories. And I plan to get done with the last Sherlock Holmes story in the first week or so of May. So I'm excited, and that's exciting. And then I will officially have read all of the canon for Sherlock Holmes, which is quite delightful. The next ebook I read in April was, where did it go? Oh, I forgot. I took this one back. This one already went back to the library, but I read Rules of Murder by Julianna, and I started that the week before Dewey's readathon, and then I finished it on the day of the Dewey's readathon, and that was a murder mystery as well, and it stars Drew Farthering and his fiance Madeline Parker, and Drew Farthing's mother winds up dead, and then his stepfather winds up dead, and they're trying to figure out who killed his parents, and so it's set in like 1920s England, and so it's like flapper era, and they drink a lot of champagne and they party all night, and it's really fun. And I actually read Rules of Murder on my Kindle because I went to a library bookstore and picked up the sequel, Death by the Book, also by Julianna Deering. And I did not know it was a sequel. I didn't really look at it. This was totally a cover buy for me, like the title and the covers just like were an irresistible combo, and so I got it. And so in this one, people are being murdered, and quotes from Shakespeare are being pinned to their chest, and so it's a quest to find out what Shakespeare play they relate to and why they're being murdered. And this one, the first one I really enjoyed, but this one, the ending was weird. Like the murderer had no motive to kill anybody, and it was just weird. Like why would you? I don't know, like Julianna didn't make me believe that the murderer would commit the murder. I was like, this is pretty implausible, like the reason you're giving for these murders. And so, yeah, I wasn't as impressed with the second book, although I really loved the cover, and I still love the cover, and I love the title. But yeah, and as I mentioned in my Jewish vlog, these are interesting because they're Christian murder mysteries. So, like, the main characters go to church and they talk about God, and, like, Drew's father theory is having, like, doubts about God. And so, Madeline Parker, his fiance, is a strong Christian, and she actually talks to him about faith several times in the two books that I read. But yeah, I enjoyed that aspect of it because a lot of times Christian novels are just focused on the fact that they're Christian. So yeah, I really enjoyed the like the fact that the Christians like did normal stuff, you know. But yeah, there are two more books in this series, but I don't think I'll pick them up unless I happen to like come across them somewhere. My library doesn't have them like they. My library had the first two, but not the second two, so I don't have much motive to read them. The last book I read was A Midsummer's Night's Dream by William Shakespeare, and I read this for a Goodreads group I'm in. Shakespeare's birthday death day. His death day was on April 23rd, and so I read A Midsummer's Night's Dream. I got this for free from Project Gutenberg, well, I guess I got it from Amazon, but it didn't cost any money. But, yeah, I last read this in ninth grade English way back in 2005, and it had been a while, and it was really entertaining. I actually listened to it on audio while I was reading, and then I also used New Theory Shakespeare when I needed it. So yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I was glad to read it. I read it in one night on Thursday night, the last Thursday of April, and I'm glad I completed the challenge to read a play. So yeah, and it made me interested in reading more of Shakespeare again because it's been a while. So yeah, I might actually check out some more of Shakespeare, but we'll see. So that's what I read in the second half of April, and yeah, I had a pretty good reading month. I have a stack of books like this tall that I'm going to be reading in May, so I will probably put up my May TBR as well, or not TBR, my May wrap up as well, but we'll see. But yeah, it was good to talk to you, and I'll see you later. Bye!